constitutional defense front, and again, those provisions that require presidents to be natural-born citizens of the United States and also to be 35 years old, too. That's something that has to be proved, not assumed. And therefore, let us go directly to the source on that, and that's Phil Berg, the distinguished Philadelphia lawyer, who has led the charge on this since that fateful day in mid-August of 2008. Welcome, Phil.
My pleasure to be on your show again. Yep, you're right. August 2008 I started, and now here we are in 2010, and we still have a phony in the White House. Not much has changed in my cases, but I think the results of the Massachusetts election will help us get more support. That was a total rejection, in my opinion, of Obama and everything he's doing, especially his health care and his other programs. And I think the people of Massachusetts and hopefully the people of the country are starting to open their eyes and realize what they elected. They didn't elect, first off, he shouldn't have been elected because he's not constitutionally qualified. But the person who got votes from many people on the promise of change, Obama has not lived up to any of his campaign promises. We see now that he talks out of both sides of his mouth, and that's why I think the public have to open their eyes and realize that if he can do all this, why couldn't he be the phony, which I say he is? You know, why has he spent, over $1.6 million fighting my lawsuits and all the other lawsuits out there, questioning whether he's constitutionally eligible to be president? You know, it would take any of your listeners up to a week to get a duplicate copy of their birth certificate, and they'd have to pay between $5 and $25, depending on the state they're in. So, and Obama, in one of his books, acknowledges that he found his birth certificate. Obama is not a dummy. You know, he went to Occidental, Columbia, Harvard Law Review, and the key, he taught constitutional law for 10 years. So he knows what he's doing. He knows he's a phony. And I have to compare your listeners to Arnold Schwarzenegger, who people have talked to for 10, 15 years about running for president. And he constantly says, if you want me to run for president, amend your Constitution, because he admits he's from Austria, and therefore he's not natural born. Now, all this information, and I need everyone to, I'll keep saying it, please go to my website, which is obamacrimes.com. That's OBAMACRIMES.com. And it's really important now. Our goal this year is to raise the public awareness. We're going to do everything we can. We're going to start a big fundraising campaign to raise money and go right to the gut. And you know I've done that since I got involved in this, but there's so many other people out there with ulterior motives. I'm hoping that some of the rank-and-file Tea Party people will get to their leadership. We should be part of that Tea Party movement because, and they are. I mean, I've heard from people around the country that they take sides to these rallies. They raise the issue at the rallies, but the leadership doesn't want to be part of the birth certificate issue. And as I said before on your show, that people are concerned about taxation and other things that this administration is doing. Well, then get behind us and work with us. We'll work with you because if I'm right, and I'm sure I'm right, I'm 1,000% sure I'm right, that Obama is not constitutionally eligible to be president. He should be out of office, and therefore everything he's done is void or voidable, and all this other stuff will fall by the wayside. So we really have to raise the public awareness, and we're going to have some kind of either march on Washington, a direct march on Washington, or an email Washington, or a fax on Washington, with all the people around the country gearing up to get your birth certificate out. I need a copy of it. We'll need a copy going to Washington. And demanding him to stop this cover-up. And the key now is cover-up because Nixon had the Watergate break-in, but he resigned from office because of his involvement in the cover-up. We're now 12 months in. It's 1 year since Obama was sworn in, and we now have a massive cover-up. So we can equate that. So can you imagine all of us either by fax or email or even circling the White House and demanding, showing our birth certificate, copies of ours, and having demanding that Obama show his?
Phil, let me ask you concerning the Tea Party convention in Nashville. Now, I have heard that this is being organized as a for-profit event. I've even heard that Sarah Palin is going to get $100,000 to come and speak at this event in Nashville. I can't confirm that, but the main thing I want to know is I think it's a litmus test. If they're serious, if they're authentic, if they're on the up and up and real, they will invite you. And have they invited you to go to Nashville for that Tea Party event?
No, I have not been invited yet. Some people out there say they're going to check for me. Look, everyone has to know that I started this issue. Again, I don't care who crosses the finish line, but I'm the leader here, and I should be speaking. This issue should be out there. I'm trying to contact them, but I should be on that. I should be a part of the speakers platform at that. And I'm not sure which division, because I believe there's at least two divisions of the Tea Party. I'll have to, this weekend, maybe look at it. There's the Tea Party group, which is doing Nashville, and then I think there's another group.
You're right. It's fragmented. It's splitting.
Right.
And a lot of people are angry about the for-profit side of it.
Well, and that's the problem here, for-profit. That's what I believe WorldNet Daily is doing. I like what they do in many cases, but I dislike. I think they're in for the profit, because that's why the signs they're putting around the country are a waste of money. They're putting signs around the country that says, "Where's your birth certificate?" That's fine for you and I, but people that do not know about this, when you see a sign, "Where's your birth certificate?" what are they going to equate it to? In my opinion, they're going to equate it to immigration, if anything, but not to Obama. This sign should read and must read, "Obama, where's your birth certificate?" And that's crucial, because then if someone saw that sign, they might go home and they could Google Obama birth certificate or Yahoo, however they check on their computer, and they would find this information out. And WorldNet Daily says they're not doing it because they're changing the law which affects their tax status. And I think that's all. The law changes in 2012. But WorldNet Daily, this is 2010. So get off it. I mean, and that's the problem I see with a number of these groups out there, and that's why we're not out there for profit. We're out there just to get the ball across the finish line. I'm going to do everything in my power to keep it going, but I need the help of listeners. I need everyone to send this to everyone in your address book and send it on and on and on, because that's what's crucial right now, and we have to do it, because we cannot let Obama try to destroy this country. Now, we're very thankful that the voters of Massachusetts rejected, and I think now the health plan will be put on the back burner, as well as many
Correct.
other of Obama's plans.
Righto. One last thing. Anything, any news about Orly Tates and her dubious activities?
Well, I'm involved in. There's a case down in Florida right now, and the judge has a rule to show cause. Why the sanctions shouldn't be imposed against her, or if not, why they should not be imposed against this other person, Charles Lincoln. And Orly Tates took the stand. I went to Fort Lauderdale. I tried the case last week. And Orly stated, and I'll tell you right now, she got on that stand and she just lied through her teeth. And we're trying to put an end to her, because she has hurt this movement. A lot of people still think that the hearing is January 26th in the Carter case in California. There is no hearing on January 26th. And it's just this false information that keeps getting put out on the Internet, and it's wrong. And
Okay.
Orly Tates should go back and practice in dentistry.
Hear, hear. We'll see you next week, Bill. Keep it up. And that's ObamaCrimes.com, and make a contribution when you go.